3, Session 2 of the ANZCRL Combined Racing League Intercontinental GT Championship. Sorry for the delay in starting the stream up. We had a few issues with the Xbox app. I found the setting that was wrong and we're now live. Your host for Saturday 15. With me in the commentary box today is Cosmic Wobby. How you going, Cosmic?
G'day. I'm good, how are you, Sato?
Yeah, going pretty good. I'm happy now that we've got this software up and going now, so you guys can now watch these guys go, all these drivers as they battle it out in the second of 3 sessions for this race tonight, the Spa 24 hours. So if I just bring up the results from the previous session, the grid, as you see on the top left, is the grid in which is the order in which the cars would be starting the race in. Of course, you use compression formula from the last session to dictate where people start. So Lockie, because his teammate myself finished in first in the previous session, he gets to take off the start grid in first place, followed by Shads, who will be starting 26 seconds behind. Fish Racing third will start also 26 seconds behind, so they will be nose to tail. Should be a good battle to start with. Dark Racing will start in fourth, 33 seconds behind. With RSJ starting fifth, he will be 37 seconds behind. Colonel Lloyd is in sixth, he will be starting 38 seconds behind. Woody Lizard in 7th will be 43 seconds back. Triple Rotor Racing in 8th, he's filling in for Highlander. And AJ, he will be starting 50 seconds behind. Speed Racer will be starting 59 seconds behind. And Night Pegasus will be starting 1 minute and 11 seconds behind Lockie. So the field will start getting a bit spread out, but there should be a tasty battle between your teammate Cosmic and Speed Racer. No, not Speed Racer, Fish Racing.
Yeah, that'll be interesting straight off the line there. Being let go right at the same time pretty much, so it's going to be interesting into turn 1 and up the straight.
So you'll be hoping that your driver can bring home the bacon this week?
Yeah, we'll see if he can catch Lockie. Lockie's got a decent lead if Lockie can keep it clean in the fast. Make it hard for Shads.
Yeah.
Obviously, Shads is very quick, so
yeah.
I think Lockie's going to be fighting an uphill battle. It's a long session, and that's where Shads comes alive. Over the longer the race is, he tends to do better.
Well, the 3 endurance races we've done so far, we've done 2 Daytona events and an Imola race, and he's won all 3. So, and he won the Indy 500 as well. So, it certainly holds true. Someone's flashing their lights already. Darky is playing some mind games with Shads. As the race is now underway with Lockie, he'll start going. He gets a 26-second gap. Race is underway, everyone. Down towards Eau Rouge goes Lockie. As we'll start getting close to the start for Shads. Yep, Shads is off. And Fish follows him.
Shads and Fish are away.
This would be a tasty battle to start this race. If Fish can turn that Merc on quicker than Shads can turn his NSX on.
It's Darky away, is it?
Yep, Darky is taken off, and so is
Darky and Speed Racer. Speed Racer.
There's RSJ in that Porsche. The number 119 Machuca Motorsport Porsche. He did a pretty good job in that first session. I think he made a couple of mistakes. But
he did.
I think 5th place is the highest he's been in the races so far.
I was very impressed with him. He's come a long way.
He is, and hopefully he can continue racing with us for the foreseeable future. Closely behind RSJ's Lloyd. Lloyd also drove a pretty good stint the previous race. Was up as high as second before having to make a mandatory pit stop, and unfortunately a wheel issue right at the end cost him a higher place finish.
Yeah, he was making my life hard for me. He was leaving me for dead after I came out of the pits, and I was worried, but then he had that wheel issue and
yeah. Well, it looks like Shads is starting to pull away from Fish, as Shads' tyres are starting to come back up to temperature, and that he'll start making inroads on Lockie 5.5s.
it was a lot calmer than I thought this first lap. Fish, I thought he was going to try and throw it up the inside of Shads there if you got the chance. That's what I would have done.
It's tamed up a little bit, but it looks like the battle between Armstrong and Lloyd is starting to really heat up.
Yeah,
Lloyd
Lloyd's...
like Lloyd got a poor exit out there for a quarter. They got really close at one stage by the looks of it.
Oh, it was half a second in it, just when I looked.
The Mercs will be the fastest in a straight line. Actually, Lloyd's right in the Merc, he's in the McLaren, I keep forgetting that, because he was filling in
Yep.
for one of the Mercedes drivers last week, I say. But this week he's in the McLaren.
Of course,
The McLaren is a very quick car, as has been shown, but has been prone to a bit of unreliability. Hasn't had a clean run yet. Hopefully this week that will change.
And I don't know if they spoke about it in the first session, but Lloyd was called up in about 30 minutes before the race because Dominator was due to replace Whopper this round, but his pedals failed about an hour before the race started. So
yeah, his
lucky.
house had
Lloyd's
a power
done
surge.
pretty good considering he's had no practice for this race in the McLaren.
Yeah, it's a tough gig for Lloyd. He's done a pretty good job. Always been Mr. Consistent, Colonel Lloyd, and this race has proven that
Showing
to be
that
the
once
case.
Woody and Triple are kind of close, aren't they?
It's about 4 seconds a gap at the moment. Triple, of course, taken over from AJD and Highlander in the Black Falcon Racing. That's not black, it's blue. Whoever named that needs to be fired. But but Triple, he did a brilliant job last week replacing Lockie 5.5s. He's definitely become the driver most in demand when you need a replacement. Of course, took the win in the number 124 Cash Show Mercedes-Benz. So he's got good pedigree, and will be looking to continue his fine form here today by trying to chase down Woody, who actually looks like Woody's gained on Triple over the last lap.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, I expected Triple to close down on him in that Merc, especially around here. But Woody's holding his own at the moment, so good on him. He's had a tough time throughout this championship. He's never quite been on the pace, and he's had a few mistakes. But it's good to see him finally coming alive. Triple's dropping off as we speak.
Yeah.
It seems to.
Shads has actually had a troubled first lap there.
As we say
Darky.
that, Darky and Fish are very close. As I was
Yeah, with
this will be
Darky,
tasty. Going up Eau Rouge.
Darky was very quick in the previous session, just got caught out with a couple of incidences and crossed the pit lane wrong on the previous lap and in the previous session. Goes off the drive through. Almost fell a lap down, did Darky.
Darky's got a run here.
He does. That Audi has struggled the first 2 rounds, but it's fired.
Who's going to be the bravest on the brakes? Here we go. It's wise from... Oh, Fisher's run wide. He's going to get a shocking exit here.
Darky's back down.
Wise from Darky.
Sensible driving from Darky. And still 90 minutes left in this session, so anything can happen. but Audi has been quick
And
all
RSJ
weekend.
and Lloyd have closed up too.
Yeah, it's
Just closed right up.
very close, but I think
There's a couple of good battles going on here.
yeah, there is, but I think this one's the one to watch. This one is for 3rd place, but most importantly, track position between fish racing and dark racing. Both have been racing in ANZCRL for a long time. Dark racing, one of ANZCRL's founders, has always been a quick driver, and he's showing that experience right here. That Audi's working a treat in these cold conditions, right at the dead of night.
Fish ran a little bit wide coming off that corner. He might be vulnerable for a shot on the brakes coming into the bus stop.
Yeah, I've noticed that the Merc being driven by Fish and Taipan has really struggled. Hasn't quite been at the same pace. Oh, Darky's got down the inside. I wasn't expecting that.
Move. Making a statement.
He's a great move.
Great pass from Dark.
Great move from Dark Racing.
He's going to have to defend into turn 1 now because that Merc's got the straight line speed on the Audi, and
yeah, and
he had a good exit too.
Oh, he pulled out of it. Fish pulled out of it, which was maybe a wise move. I probably would have gone for that overtake, but
yeah. But there's a long straight coming up, and that Merc's got the top end on the Audi, so
we'll see how they
we'll see how he goes.
Up Eau Rouge, through Eau Rouge and up Radion. Oh wow!
He's done well through there. It's not easy going up there behind that car that close.
The dirty air effect in these cars is absolutely horrendous.
Oh, we got 2 overtakes on at the moment.
Yeah,
right behind them.
Go back onto Lloyd, because Lloyd is making a move on RSJ for 5th place.
Up the inside.
Has he gone in too deep?
Oh.
No, he hasn't. He holds it. What a move from
nice.
Colonel Lloyd.
Pulled that up well.
Done a good job there, Lloyd.
Bit of action in the opening 10 minutes of this race. Good to see.
Yeah, it's quite entertaining to watch.
Darkies pulled a little bit of a gap on Fish.
Yeah, Shads is not quite as quick as I was expecting at this early stage. He's about 4 tenths quicker than Lockie. I was expecting him to be a second quicker, so either Shads are struggling or Lockie's showing good pace. I'm not quite sure on what the expected times are for this session. We'll have to see as the session progresses.
I think RSJ just made a bit of oh no. Just the timing screen lying to me.
Yeah. It's not can be a bit unreliable, the timings, as as we start lap 5, Lockie with the 21-second lead over Shads. Darky 5 seconds behind Shads, and will probably start closing in soon. Fish Racing down to 27 seconds. Lloyd 30 seconds behind. RSJ 32 seconds behind. All the gaps throughout the field now sort of a bit stable at the moment, as we see Lockie going up onto the Camel Straight now. I was seeing the engine temperatures for Shads and Lockie are up over the 100-degree range. In fact, Shads is up to 106. Is that going to hurt him when the sun comes up in the morning?
It's hard to say. That Honda normally does alright. I was getting to about 112, 115 in the.
Oh, has something happened to Lockie? That gap's come down massively.
Oh.
That's down to 13 seconds between Lockie and Shads. Something has happened.
Does his car look alright? Has he tapped the wall?
It
looks okay.
To me, he might have just had a spin. He might have just spun it at Lacombe, which is a very easy thing to do.
Even Darky's within 20 seconds now, so 18 seconds.
Yeah, everyone's closed up, so yeah, that's definitely been a spin for Lockie at Lacombe.
I think, is that Darky catching on Shads too?
I don't think so.
It's hard to tell, but
it's still that 5-second gap.
I thought, yeah.
Shads was the fastest driver on the previous lap, closely followed
Yes,
by
he was.
Darky. The Shads
We'll see what
started
Lockie's
late.
lap was this time around.
Yeah, we'll have to see. But it's been a poor lap for Lockie so far. I tell you what.
And that's what Lockie's got to minimalise, those small mistakes, because he's got the pace. He just, when he makes those mistakes, he leaves himself vulnerable.
Yeah.
That's what won you and the race, and me the second place. We just made the least mistakes of anyone. So
Yeah.
you don't need to be that brilliantly fast. You just need to keep it on the track.
Yeah, exactly.
In the right direction.
But Fish doesn't
Yeah, he's
quite
made a
have
big
this...
mistake there.
Yeah.
That's a 10-second mistake.
Oh, he spun it again. Almost. He locked the rears coming into turn 1 there.
You'd be screaming at him to turn the brake bias a bit forward, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, the Merc is very harsh on its brakes as he's cut radio on now, so Lockie really struggling at the moment. Not quite in the rhythm that he wants to be. I'm hoping that he can turn it around quickly.
Just give him a few laps. He should cool his jets down and just set back into a nice groove now.
Yeah, because Lockie, the only driver in the field that he's using a controller instead of a wheel, so he already has his work cut out for him to begin with.
Darky and Shad's are very similar pace.
Oh.
Both. Darky was only a tenth slower.
Something's happened to Lloyd.
He has. Oh, I didn't even notice. That's that McLaren being hard to drive again.
Yeah.
Very oversteering car.
Yeah, it seems to always be the way with the McLaren. No matter what session it drives in, no matter what track, it's just a handful. And I reckon Uncreech Squid.
There's a close battle behind him too.
Yeah. So
Between Triple and Woody.
Yeah, so
I
Triple's
thought that might close the gap up, but
yeah,
he's got there.
Triple's finally switched on that Merc. Took him a few laps, but he's now got into that groove, and we'll be looking to make an overtake on Woody Lizard over the next few laps.
They've done very good, AJ and Highlander over the last two races. AJ had a bit of an off race earlier, and that's put him back in the field a little bit.
Yeah.
They were running up in qualified second, and
I heard that AJ and Dark Racing actually came together in that first session. Had a little incident, and that's what set him back in the pack.
He's lucky he made another mistake. He's lost another couple seconds to Shads there.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah,
minor mistakes.
Bit of a slow lap.
As long as he keeps out of the wall, it's not the end of the world. Yeah, unfortunately, if we...
It's a thing.
I've got to apologise for Cosmic and I not quite knowing what happened in Session 1, as we've only... Session 1 only finished about an hour and a half ago, so we haven't had a chance to watch the Session 1 broadcast back. So if you...
That's Woody running wide.
Yep.
He's going to have a run down the outside if he's brave enough, but he can do it there. It's a wide enough corner.
Maybe he'll do the switch
He'll set himself up at least. Yeah. He's got a very good drive coming off there. They're going to be very close to our Rouge.
We just had to back out there.
He's kept it tight through.
That was a lot of curb used by
That's
Triple.
Oh! Yep.
I thought that was going to end badly.
I was about to say very tight there. Sorry.
Yeah, Triple right on that ripple strip, going up the hill, and then just sent him sideways on the exit. Very easy to do, but thankfully kept it out of the wall. And in a couple of laps' time, we'll have another crack at Woody Lizard.
It's a side note. Woody's not running much fuel at the moment. He's only on 84 litres, so he's underfueled the car. He's going to have to put more fuel than Shads and every other Honda, I think. Just noticing that.
Actually, Shads looks a bit low on fuel relative to where we are in the race.
No, that's about right. That's about where I was. You're starting with full tanks. That's about where you are. The first, it's about you use about 50 litres per half an hour. I worked out in that Honda, so he's about right.
It's down to within 10 seconds between Lockie and Shads. As Gear 3 Gaming has joined the broadcast. Of course, Gear 3 Gaming, he actually did not too bad of a job in that first session. He was able to keep it clean. Yes, it was towards the back of the pack, but at the end of the day, you keep it on the lead lap and you give yourself even an outside chance of getting a good result. So Speed Racer sitting in 9th place will do the remaining stints for that number 86 Michael Shank Racing Acura. I think he's even starting to close up on Woody and Triple.
Yeah, that's
pretty consistent gaps at the moment. There's about a 3-second gap between Fish Racing and RSJ, and another 3 seconds between RSJ and Lloyd. So, and then another 3 seconds between Lloyd and Woody. So they're relatively close to each other between from 4th to 8th. As Lockie's lost another 4 seconds there. So.
Yeah, I just noticed that he's struggling at the moment. We should go on board him.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see where he's gaining and losing time, because this is about to become a battle for the lead in a few minutes' time. Shads and Darky are on it. Shad's also fastest driver. Fastest driver on the previous lap was Shads, so he's really flying. That Acura is now in that optimal window and is flying.
I've got to say, I really do like how the compression formula bunches up the field. It makes it really good racing in the series.
Yeah, it provides good racing
the whole way.
If you manage to make a mistake and drop back a lap, you can get that lap back pretty quickly. Then you fall back like 4 laps behind in a session and still remain on the lead lap. So it means a mistake that critical mistake is all of a sudden not so critical. And, that's not an ideal line through the bus stop for Lockie. As we hit.
Shads is going to have eyes on him now.
Yeah, he's got him in his sights now with 1 hour and 15 minutes to go. This is going to be a tasty battle in about 5 to 10 minutes. It could even be sooner if Lockie keeps making the mistakes that he's been making as we start lap 9.
As we say that, Lloyd's closed up to RSJ again a little bit.
Yeah, he's creeping up there, getting quite close.
This could end up in a 3-way battle for 4th place.
Good.
There's Fish Racing. He's not running away from them. But...
Yeah, Fish Racing seems to be struggling in that Merc. He just can't quite get it switched on at the moment. He could even have a tyre glitch, as he's prone to have.
Woody, didn't even notice, but Woody's made a mistake. He's behind Speed Racer now.
Oh no. So yeah, that's happened in the last 30 seconds or so. I'll be interested to see if Woody's got himself any damage. Of course, you know the Acura's pretty well there, Cosmic, so you'll be able to reference your top speed with Woody's and see where it is.
Yeah, he looks about right. It's about right.
Alright.
So that
probably just had a spin
time of the race. So
as that lead gap to the lead is down to 3 seconds, 4 seconds, roughly. Shads is coming. He's coming quickly. Lockie at 2:27 on the previous lap, is it?
He just made that one mistake, and I think it's got to his head a little bit now.
Yeah, he just needs to try and settle himself down. Yes, he's in the lead, but he's also got to remember that it's still a long way to go. You don't necessarily have to lead heading into the final session to win the race, especially with the compression formula.
Yes, it's Irish boys right up the back of RSJ. Oh,
Yeah,
it's pretty close. I thought it said half a second then, but
yeah. Well, that's the problem with the.
it's hard to get used to.
Yeah, that's the problem with the gaps, is that they don't necessarily reveal, or it doesn't exactly say how close you are. It's a bit out of whack, but it does get a bit of a guide. As Shads was 1.1 seconds quicker than Lockie on the previous lap.
Ooh.
We're getting close to a tasty first place battle. Everywhere else is pretty stable except for this battle for 5th that's within a second now.
Yeah.
Lloyd back in the slipstream and dirty air of RSJ. I don't know how bad the dirty air is behind the Porsche though. I know that NSX is the worst for generating dirty air.
Oh, here we go. Just doesn't have the legs, that McLaren, down the straight.
Probably running a lot of air on that McLaren. But that McLaren takes the corners very quickly when everything is perfect. But it's so easy to make a mistake when you're driving.
RSJ's off.
And that's cost him.
Oh, he's made that very easy for him.
Yeah, cost
He
him.
did good to not loop, spin that around and hit the wall then, so...
Yeah, very easy to actually spin at that section of track. So to keep it clean, he's actually done a pretty good job.
Oh, Lockie's made a mistake. He's in 3rd. He's made a big mistake.
Oh dear.
We missed that one.
Yeah. We're talking about the battle for first, and we don't even get one.
Oh, no. Oh, Lockie.
Car still looks clean, so it looks like he's kept it out of the wall, which is the main thing. With an hour and 11 minutes to go, Shads has taken the lead. And he'll be trying.
It's good
to
for me,
break
not
away.
so good for you.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't want to see it happen like that, but I'm not unhappy.
Yeah. I wonder. Shad's down to 23s that time, so did he have to slow down more to avoid Lockie's car?
He might have. He always. Well, Shads was 25s that lap. It would have been this lap.
Ah, so he's been slow for a couple laps now, so yeah, Shads has backed it off. Darky's on a 10.
Yeah, I think that lap he might have, I don't know where Lockie had, but he was probably just on the track.
Probably on.
Shads is...
Assume he spun it at Pouan or something.
Yeah. We'll see how he looks through Rouge. You ready on?
Keeps running wide there.
Cutting it.
So, of course, get you a slow down penalty and you have to brake pretty early for the comms.
Is he...
Not a bad idea.
Is he close enough to Darky for a little bit of aero wash coming up to Rouge there? He's probably right
not,
on that bubble.
but that Audi's actually not too bad for aero wash. It's just that... Oh dear.
Oh no.
He's struggling.
Made a mess of that one.
There's something wrong. There is something seriously wrong with that Merc. I don't know what's going on with that, but it's not set up. It's not set up very well.
Shame. As we say that, Darky's within 4 seconds of Shads now, so
And
he's doing all right there, Darky.
Still sticking with Lloyd. It's about 2 seconds of gap, and it's 2 seconds between RSJ and Triple.
Oh, Lloyd's hit the front of that on something.
Let's have a closer
Pumped
look.
it in. Yeah. Yeah, his headlights are at his... I don't know what he's hit though.
I might have just hit a bollard.
Yeah.
That could just be what it is, because it looks a bit scratched away. It doesn't look too... doesn't look like the bodywork's really out of
He's gonna be,
I can just see a few scratches.
Yeah, the headlights are out from the head on. So, we'll be
I've got full
waiting
headlights
for daylight.
Yeah.
No,
Still,
it's pretty smashed up on my screen. I don't know.
oh wow.
I don't know why
It's not appearing.
Yeah, he's
appearing
got no
numbers.
headlights. Right.
That's a bit of a
Quadric cars.
yeah,
Bit of a
decent.
bit of a
company.
muck up there.
So we've still got a few hours of night time in this session. Well, actually, in saying that, the sky's starting to look a bit blue, so we might actually be starting to move into daytime very shortly. So we're getting close to half an hour through this race.
Now, Darky's been faster on Chads on that lap too, so
Yeah,
he's now almost only 3 seconds.
So is Shad struggling, or is he
Darky's
just
on the charge.
cruising?
I don't know. We'll have a look. I don't think he would have. No, he looks alright. I don't think he's had a touch with Lockie when Lockie made that mistake or anything. I don't know.
The conditions
He might have just
now,
backed off for a few laps.
the conditions now are actually a lot colder than what they were at the start of the session. That engine temperature for Shads, at one point it was up over 110, it's down to 90. So,
Yes, that's. Darky quicker again, 2 seconds away now.
yeah.
He's catching quick. We might get that battle for the lead.
I know Darky really targeted this race to be the race where he puts in a strong performance, and he's doing so right now. The
It's
Audi's
good to
on
see
rails.
Darky's had a bit of. Darky's done well this championship. It's just his teammate. He's had a bit of bad luck the last couple of races, so he's hoping to turn that around. Tomorrow night.
Hyperjuice has only recently returned to the group. He's spent probably half a year out of the loop, not doing any racing. So it's all for Hyperjuice. It's all about getting back up to speed with the game and how the cars handle. He's really struggled recently. Hopefully Hyperjuice can do all right tomorrow, but at the moment Darky is flying. Down to 1.8 seconds now as we approach the end of lap 12.
Ooh.
Shads will be starting to feel the heat.
I think Darky went a little bit deep into that corner, to the bus stop then.
That's what I was thinking too.
He's pushing. He's pushing.
Yeah, he is. And look at that.
Again in the
2
24
seconds
for
quicker.
Shads. I had this trouble about this point in the race. The Acura just didn't want to. It felt like it just wanted to stop about half an hour in. It started to have trouble. I thought it was the conditions just changing, but maybe it's something else.
Yeah, well, I thought it felt something similar with my cars. Oh, so maybe our cars are fast, but maybe not as consistent as what we would like. It's that, or maybe Shads has hit something, but doesn't look like it.
Not that much different in top speed between the two, so. And Darky's on less fuel at the moment too.
Yep, so that could
Not by much.
not by much, but the Acura does start with 10 litres more fuel than what the other cars do.
Yeah. How much is? Yeah. Lockie's on less than both of them.
Yeah. Yeah, the poor man.
How much is Lockie gonna have to fill up?
And you'll have to fill up about
At the stop.
40 to 45 litres of fuel at his pit stop.
Yes,
The Merc really
not
guzzles
ideal.
that fuel. Very thirsty thing.
Yeah, Shads is gonna have to put on about 30 litres. So
Triple speed race are quite close at the moment, but we'll stick with this battle here. As it's starting to really heat up. Less than a second now between
So's,
Shads and Darky.
Lloyd and Speed
OSJ.
Fish, sorry, that's
Oh,
Fish.
fish.
It confuses me. They're both race.
Yeah.
RAC.
Yeah, it doesn't help. Doesn't help us. We have to know where the cars are in advance before we can start calling it. It's even worse when
Well,
Speed and Fish are racing for position
Together.
against each other.
Ooh, Darky's got a bit of a.
Oh, they're going side by side in there. Shads has defended. That's going to compromise his run, exiting the final corner. And we could see a change in the lead at the end of this straight. As we start
Darky didn't get a very good exit.
Into La Source we go. Shads is now under pressure. He spun. That was a bit of a spin for Shads.
As at this point in the race, I actually had to turn my traction control off a bit because just out of there, the wheel started to spin.
Yeah, I heard the engine bolt down there as the car rotated. Now Darky got a better run through the hill. Into the slipstream goes Darky, and we'll see a change for the lead. Darts to the outside does Darky. Shads to the inside as they enter Lacombe. Could we see a change to the lead here? Not quite. Shads is holding on. This is all about car position.
Very hard man to pass. Yeah. Who's going to blink first?
Well, pit stops are probably still a long way away yet. We did see some early pit stops in the first session, but it was more due to damage.
Darky did stop early.
Yeah, but he also had impact with AJ and lost his rear wing, so he was forced to pit anyway.
No, that was before that. This was in the first half an hour. He pitted while he was in front of me still. Oh, Shads has run a little bit right. He might get a slowdown for that.
Yeah, and that could close Darky back up again. It's about 4/10 the difference now. Darky's car looks so
As you said,
much better.
Lloyd's got ahead of RSJ.
Nah, it shows speed.
Was RFJ made? Oh, has he? Oh.
Yeah, he's starting to lose time to Lloyd. Fish and Lloyd are close to each other. But has Darky now got the run?
Now what? It's always tricky, this next left-hander following close.
Yeah, might see. Very likely to see Darky run wide. No, Shads has run wide.
Shads was the one that to run wide there. That's
defending into the bus stop again. This is going to start holding
he's
these
gone
two
very
up.
deep. Now this is Darky's going to get a much better exit there.
I don't know if he did though.
It's funny that corner. You think you can get a better exit by doing that, but it doesn't always work.
The tarmac at the exit there is quite
Shaz
bumpy.
is having trouble coming out of that corner.
Yeah, he's really struggling in general. He's doing similar lap times to Lockie, so the Merkin.
Yeah, but they are battling.
The Merkin Acura, yeah. The Merkin Acura though, were quick in the first session, but now as we enter the second session, they really don't like the nighttime weather.
No, this Audi's just come alive and a bit too far back this round for Darky, but I'm sure he'll close that back up pretty soon.
Darky's tuned this Audi to perfection. He was pretty quick in that first session. And is he going to have a look here? Into Brussels.
Oh, he does.
Oh,
a little bit of rubbing.
Oh, that's...
Shads is going to... Oh, Shad's
lost
on the
it.
grass.
Shad's lost it. No, he spun the rear.
He's done good to... He did good to gather that back up and not lose too much time, so...
Yeah,
thank God.
Shads is not happy.
But
you can tell by the body language
Darky,
he's approaching Paul. But Darky's still having a brilliant race.
He's very strong.
He is strong. And as you saw there, changing the lead with Darky in the lead. He's already put out a 1 second lead over Shads. As Shads will be looking to try and regather that Acura. Might need to make a pit stop to reset the tyre pressures a little bit. That could be an option for Shads because at the moment what's happening at the moment is not working.
We'll see, because these hard tyres, which they're both on, do kind of go through phases, so car might start to come back again soon. So see how he goes. We'll keep you updated on that. Now, as this battle's over, this battle's looking pretty close right now.
Yeah.
It's been close for the last few laps.
Yeah, it has been. The only reason we haven't been watching is that we've been looking for the battle for the lead. But Lloyd tucked into that slipstream of the Merc, which is the Merc, very slippery in a straight line. But it'll be benefiting Lloyd to be in that slipstream, pulling forward. Will he make a dive bomb into the bus stop chicane as they hit the brakes? No, he's being sensible, just going to keep it behind here, maybe set a move into La Source. Oh, that's a slide.
Fish has made a mistake there.
Yeah, lit up the rears.
But that Merc's just got the legs.
He does. Can Lloyd dive it down the inside?
He just can't.
No.
He's run wide again there, Fish.
Yeah, Fish has been struggling all session. Oh, yeah, don't think the tyres are in the right operating window for Fish. He's been off the pace compared to Lloyd all race. Up, ready on, and that's wide for Lloyd. That'll be a slowdown.
I think he almost lost it there by the look of it as it came back on the track. It swung back.
Yeah. Into Lacombe they go, and looks like Fish has pulled out about a half-second lead over the Lloyd, just because of brutal straight line speed. Fish has lost it. Oh no! No! That's gonna hurt Lloyd big time.
They'll be going in.
Oh, that's wobbling. That front left of Colonel Lloyd's car is wobbling around. That'll be a pit stop.
That's a shame. He was doing very well.
Yeah, very unlucky for Lloyd.
Now RSJ's going to capitalise on this one.
Yeah, all of a sudden RSJ's going to find himself in 4th place.
Yeah.
Triple.
How much damage is on both of those cars?
Well, I reckon there will be steering damage for Lloyd, suspension damage definitely, and aero damage. Don't know how much damage would be on Fish. I didn't quite see where Lloyd hit Fish's car. If Lloyd only hit Fish on the side, there's a slight chance that Fish could have gotten away without damage.
But Fish does look slow. RSJ's caught up to him since that incident, so
yeah.
He might be struggling a bit with suspension damage.
I think both cars are hurt.
Oh, there we go. Oh, Fish is on the grass. Oh no.
No, that's RSJ on the
grass.
grass.
That's not the way to do it.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
And that's...
Now Triple Road is going to go through him.
Yeah.
Oh, this is an intense little scrap.
This race has gone off. Guys, there's still another session.
Fish is in the pits.
Fish is in
and RSJ is in the pits. I didn't see that coming.
No. And Lloyd has stayed out.
Lloyd... He must just have aero damage on the front there. I'm surprised that.
That will be lucky for Lloyd if he has.
We'll see what his straight line speed is, because I would have thought it would be absolutely killing him.
I would have thought the cornering would be killing him. He's backing off through the Orange Radium complex, so don't think he's quite got the cornering group. So I'm surprised he hasn't pitted.
I'm guessing his lights are out on your screen now too.
Nah, still got lights for me. They're not.
You still got lights?
Yeah, still got lights. They're not very strong.
In
fact, the lights look cross-eyed for me. But yeah, all of a sudden, triple speed race will be
4 seconds on Shads.
Fish racing still.
Shads is still in the 25s.
So Fish has had major damage. He's still in the pits.
Yeah, that's a shame. There. Oh, about to leave. And Night Pegasus in the pits too.
Yeah. So
is he at an instant or is he just coming in for his stop? He looks like he's just coming in for his stop.
Yeah, that's
he's out of fuel.
Yeah, 15 litres left already. So he's done the light fuel.
Darky's still on 61, so...
Yeah. So looks like Pegasus has done the inverse strategy to the front runners. Oh no!
Oh, lucky.
How much damage does that car have? Did it even hit the wall?
I'm not sure, to be honest.
At that point on the track,
he looks like he had to drive.
I reckon he's clipped the inside wall on that last right-hander before you get to that long stretch towards Blanchemont. I reckon he's clicked inside curb and he's looped it. Or looped it, tried to save. Gee, that doesn't look nice under brakes.
No, but that Merc never does. So
No.
I haven't done much driving in it, but it's never looked stable under brakes when I've been following you or AJ.
So all of a sudden now Lloyd could find himself in third place.
It's the there's four cars here, all very close together after
Yeah,
a few incidents. It doesn't take much, and still 50 minutes to go. It seems from third place down, it's all up for grabs at the moment.
yeah. This will all be for track position. Whoever can get in front of the others will be more advantaged by being in clean air when the race goes green tomorrow night for the final session. Don't know who's going to be...
All this is kind of played into Speed Racer's hands because he started a fair way back and he's right back in the fight for third at the moment.
Yeah, Speed Racer started over a minute behind. The fact he's closing to 30 seconds shows... pretty much shows his pace, effectively. Although Speed Racer looked pretty slow. No, I'm reading the wrong one. The bloody racers.
Number 6.
Can they put their game tags together so there's no space between, so we actually can tell who's who? Because it's really making life difficult for me.
How's Woody going? Woody?
He's just putting around at the moment.
He's doing alright.
He's 5 seconds behind Speed Racer.
He's doing alright. Woody's having a good race.
He's having a better race
than nice and relaxed.
last year.
Yep, and he's having a better race than Dado, I think, because Dado came together with someone, I believe. Ooh, as he runs wide.
Yeah, he did. I can't remember who he got in touch with, but I was saying before the race got interesting that if you guys have only just tuned in now and missed out on watching the first session, go check out Woody Lizard's stream on Mixer. It is WOODYLIZARD on mixer.com. And you'll see all the action from session 1. So that being said, the results
Darky's out to 6 seconds now.
The results from session 1 have now been tossed completely on its head. With the session leader, the number 124 Casio Mercedes down in third, having started in first place. In fact, started with a 26-second lead. He's now behind Dark Racing by 30 seconds.
I think we're going to see some side-by-side action on the Camel Straight.
Yeah, Triple is
very close to Lloyd.
He is. And that Merc is quick in a straight line.
We'll try and go on board with Triple and see what he's doing.
Triple's actually slow through the Irish Radion complex.
Hold on. There we go. Yep, but Lloyd's quite close to Lockie there too.
Yeah, I think he went deeper into go deeper into Lecoq than what Lockie can. I know that Merc really hates that section of track. And it's
they both missed their apex there, so
yeah. I know Lockie's lost a lot of time through that Lecoq complex over the last 40 minutes or so. We've got 50 minutes left in this race. And that's Darky on lap 19 now. Stretch his legs to 6.5 seconds behind Shads. But we look at this battle as Lockie's run wide.
Ooh, Lockie runs wide.
So has Lloyd. So it could be 2 slowdowns up for grabs for them both. And Triple will be hoping that these two come together to give him 2 free places. Of course, I don't want Lloyd to crash into Lockie or vice versa. Because I want Lockie to finish as high as possible to give himself a better chance of winning this.
Triple runs very wide.
Triple has, that could be a slowdown as well. Lloyd is very close to Lockie. That is very close, he's in the slipstream. He doesn't have that straight line speed of the Merc. Look at the Merc just pull away.
But he's going to have a lot better brakes coming into the bus stop. We've seen how good Lloyd is under brakes. That car's very taily.
Yeah, that's not a happy car.
Did you have much trouble with
Not really, only into Lacombe. Other than that, it was pretty stable. But I don't think Lockie. I think Lockie changed the
he's
setup.
thrown it up the
compared to
inside?
me. So yep, Lockie's just given that position back. He didn't want to fight it. He knows that if he does fight it, he will make it more mistakes than what he has currently. So it's
All
smart
the while.
drive from Lockie.
Speed's caught right up to the back of them again.
Yeah. I was actually talking to
I
Speed.
think Speed's loving this.
I was talking to Speed after the Bathurst race, and he complained at how much he struggled with keeping up with the Merc in a straight line, even with the benefit of the slipstream. So yes, Speed is catching
Saying
up
that
to...
Speed's doing quicker than Times and Shads at the moment, so...
Oh, Triple was... He looked down the inside of Lockie. Did he make that move? No, he didn't. He was able to pull it up.
But I think that move's going to be coming soon if Lockie...
Yeah. So Speed Racing's going pretty quick at the moment, but he's struggling with the straight line speed, so hasn't been able to pass any Mercedes cars this season, unless they've made a mistake. So I'll be interested to see how Speed goes, especially in through these high speed sections. He's miles quicker than these two Mercedes, who both must be running very low aero. So they've got the straight line benefit, don't quite have the cornering grip.
Ooh.
Got a three-way battle for fourth place here between Lockie, Triple Rotor Racing and Speed Racing. Maybe
That Honda looks much better on the direction change.
Yeah, it sure does. But now here is the Acura's kryptonite, the straights.
If I was Speed, I'd really be hoping Triple would be taking it to Lockie right now, because I don't really want to make the move.
I would actually make a pit stop, get out of this traffic and try an undercut.
Or how long is a pit stop? You might end up behind Woody.
You
Oh, not
definitely
Woody.
become... you definitely... Oh,
I mean RSJ.
Triple had a slowdown and had to give that place up to Speed. So Speed, one Mercedes down, one to go. Speed Racer into fifth. Triple, a critical mistake there through Blanchemont has cost him fifth place. They will now have to look at the tail lights of the brand new NSX.
See how Lockie does through Eau Rouge this time.
He's still
Can he
keeping
keep
it
it
flat, which he keeps cutting that corner. He's lifting
I think
off
he had a
there.
bit of a wiggle at the top there.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, that Merc's just got straight line speed.
Yeah, it just pulls clear. Speed Racer.
Even Triple, he caught right up to the back.
Oh, that's a mistake
Speed
for
Racer again.
Lockie. He lost the back end through Lacombe. He was able to keep it out of
That's
the wall.
no good.
Cost him 2 places there. Speed Racer. All of a sudden, everything that he wished for has come true. He was hoping for mistakes from the Mercedes so he could slip by. And that's exactly what's happened. Speed Racer into 4th place and will hunt down Colonel Lloyd.
Lloyd will be kicking himself that Fish had that spin right now, because he'd be well clear of everyone else.
Yeah, he would. Well, don't know about that, because if Fish didn't have that spin, Fish might probably still be in front of Colonel Lloyd. Just due to that straight line speed. It looks like the Mercs,
Yeah, that's true.
the Mercs don't make the mistakes, they're very hard to pass. The cars, all three of the Mercs have handled very poorly, which is a surprise considering how Session 1 went.
Darky's had a bit of a bad lap that time around.
Yeah, he's
So is Darky's top car going off.
dropped a second to Shad's. Shad's back into the 23s.
Shad's car's come back a bit.
So maybe Shad's car's starting to regain what it lost over what it's lost over the last 30 minutes.
I think the Honda does handle better in the warmer conditions, and we are starting to see the sun come up.
Yeah, we're on lap 22 now with 43 minutes remaining in this session 2. Dark Racing started in 4th place. He's now up into first. Shad's started 2nd and is in 2nd place, so he's holding strong, which is all he needs to do in this session. Colonel Lloyd started 6th and he's now in 3rd place. He's done a ripper drive so far. But I reckon
I think Squid will be pretty happy.
driver of the day so
Lloyd.
far, I reckon, goes to Speed Racer. Started in 9th place. He's now into 4th and is hunting down Lloyd at a rate of knots.
That's going to get tasty
Yeah, Triple
in
Raider
the next
in 5th
10,
place.
20 minutes.
Yeah.
But Triple Rider's not leaving the back of speed too, so if I was Triple, I might think about pitting now. If I, like you said,
yeah,
if I lost that spot, you may as well jump in the pits.
Yeah, just get you out of that dirty air, especially that wake behind the Acura is horrendous.
How long does it cost you in the pit lane through here?
Oh, it's a short
30 seconds? Because
I don't know, pit stop time is about 10 to 15 seconds to fill up on fuel. There's probably another 15 seconds
if-
coming down the pit lane.
there's probably a bit of a gap between RSJ and Lockie at the moment. If Triple were to come into the pits, you might make that gap.
It's about 10-second gap between Lockie and RSJ. It's probably too close to make a pit stop. It's definitely too close to make a pit stop. You come out behind RSJ. It's starting to settle down a little bit. About 1 second gaps throughout the field between these three. Speed is charging, but we won't see a battle yet. Tell you what.
You say that, but he's. I think we're gonna see it.
See it now.
See it now almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Lloyd made a bit of a mistake. It was not much of one, but just enough to.
Wonder if that contact with Fish early in the race is really hurting his straight line speed.
It's good for the Honda, great for the Merc.
See Lockie into the pits now. So he's the first car to blink out of the top 7.
Speed looks good through there.
It looked a bit narrow coming over Radion, so I wonder if he cut the corner. You'd hope he didn't, because then he can close up even closer to Lloyd and make it a really good battle. And look at that Merc closer!
Oh,
no!
Oh, don't do that, son.
That closing speed of that Merc is unbelievable.
He's kind of he shot himself in the foot there, Triple, because both he and Speed have lost time to Lloyd now after that.
Yeah. Well, not really. It wasn't intentional. It was just, I reckon Triple's braked where he normally brakes, but he was carrying 10 kilometers extra speed to what he normally would. That almost ended in disaster.
Now Woody, he's still doing good. He's only 43 seconds off our lead. As these guys battle, I think they're slowly falling back to him almost.
Yeah.
Because he's still in the 24s. That's a valiant effort for Woody.
Yeah, it's a good comeback considering how tough his first 2 weeks have been. He's really struggled at Bathurst and he really struggled at Laguna Seca. Speed Racer. It's just admire his drive at the moment. Started 9th, he's now in 4th place. Whereas Lockie has been the biggest loser in this session. He finished first and he's now down in 8th place.
But he has pitted.
He has pitted, so he probably jumps up to about 6th place or something. It's still been a tough session for him. The car, that Mercedes, the number 124 cash show Mercedes is really struggling in these conditions.
Has Lockie made another mistake? Because he's about a minute behind triple at the moment? Oh, almost a minute, about 50 seconds, sorry.
I'm not sure. That would depend.
Because I didn't think the pit lane was that long.
Yeah, what he might have done is he might have changed tyres as well. Because I remember in the first session, I accidentally changed the tyres on my car. Would have cost me an extra 10, 15 seconds. Lap times were really good when I was on the slick tyres, but I wondered that's what Lockie's done. Pit at the halfway mark, put on a set of fresh tyres so you can go on these. So you can almost fix the car up a little bit and get the car handling good and start closing in on these guys.
Well, unfortunately for Fish Racing, his times are actually still doing good. He's in the 23s. He's faster than the three that he was battling with. Even Woody's in the 23s at the moment, so the track's starting to warm up and come to everyone.
Yeah, exactly. With the sun's starting to rise here at Francorchamps, start seeing more of the track now than what we were at the start of the session. Lights are still ablaze on the cars, but you might be 20 minutes away from seeing some of these guys turn the lights off. But yeah, that's another thing that these drivers will have to contend with, is the sun popping up out of the trees could blind some of the drivers.
Now,
Sergeant LB West
35 litres left on Triple's car.
We have one driver, we have Cosmic Robbie in the race director spot. He controls all the camera views, and I'm in the broadcast spot. I just look whatever screen Cosmic Robbie's looking at. So, it's...
Darky's back in the 22s.
Yeah, so Darky's just flying.
He's picked up the pace again, he's taken off. Now, in that first session, Darky had a bit of trouble towards the end with the car got a bit loose, so we'll see how he goes in this session. Hopefully he goes better, because he had a bit of a spin and ended up taking his wing off.
Yeah.
Which sent him back into your way, didn't he?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I'm bet you he's pretty happy he got that lap back off you in that last few laps.
Yeah, you'd be very pleased, because he's got himself an 8-second gap over Shads. I'm actually surprised at how slow Shads has been over the course of this stint compared to Darky. That Acura has really hated that nighttime stint. Everything's sort of settled out at the moment. It's still close between Speed Racer and Triple.
Except for these two.
But Triple's looking down the inside, he's making the dive!
No.
Can't quite pull it out.
He pulled out of that. That's a good decision. He really should just jump in the pits now, because it's coming with that time, and if he can jump in before Speed and just pump out a few fast laps, he could jump in.
Yeah, I wonder how much fuel...
But then again, he is going to have to put in more fuel too.
Yeah, I wonder how much fuel Triple will have to put in. He's on 32, so he's actually not much different to Speed. It's only about a 6-litre difference.
I'm a bit surprised with that. It's 34.
So Shads
So
has been
about
burning
half an hour to
as
go.
well.
Shads they'll have to put on about 20 litres to run it close, I think. 20, at least 25 litres, I think.
Yeah, well, it'd be
from memory.
Similar to what you did on the first stint. Speed Racer now. He's pulled clear of Triple through the corner and stuff, so Triple might have got himself a slowdown. We'll see that note close up soon enough.
Just in case anybody was... We put enough fuel in the car this time. I had an extra 20 litres long.
Yeah, cost you guys,
so hopefully
cost you guys the race win with that in the end.
Yeah, it really did it. I was okay with it. Long championship, so
you were still
not
leading
too long,
the champ.
but long enough.
Yeah, the car we're showing right now of Shads and Cosmic Robbie are
Where's
actually
Darky in
leading
the
the championship at the moment.
This bodes well for us, because
Don't quite have the championship standings up. I've only been going off memory. I know it's a 12-point lead between between the number 147 Slightly Mad Racing Acura and the number 124 Casio Mercedes of Lockie and Sato.
I do like this formula with the pro and amateur driver. It's led to some good battles rather than
Yeah,
just
it's really shaped
the best
things
two
up.
guys jumping in and
Yeah. As much as the fast guys probably hate it, but it's thrown up some really good racing as
I'm loving it.
lots of different strategies, because you can put the fast driver in at the start, try and see if the slow driver can hold it up, or you put the slow driver in at the beginning, put the fast driver in at the end, and if you be in clean air for most of the races or most of the sessions, putting the pro driver in last is actually the fastest strategy. But when
well, you say that.
Yeah,
But
when
the amateur driver in last has won the last two races, so
yeah, it has, but it often comes down to traffic more than anything. We've had traffic affect the races of the last two.
Oh,
Shads got too hot into the bus stop. Might have been worth just to cut it and just deal with the slowdown. As
Triple keeps getting slowed
Speed
down.
races into third, Triple into fourth. So we've actually seen a disconnect there. Colonel Lloyd is disconnected. That is a bitter pill to swallow for Uncrewed Squid, who I know has been watching. As I've sorry about that, guys. My controller turned off there. But
that's heartbreaking. That.
Yeah. Jeez. Uncrewed Squid is at a.
That car cannot get any luck.
No, it can't.
I think
because at Bathurst it was.
You've passed on that cash show curse to the McLaren.
Yeah.
Someone got really
number
squirrely.
59, the Garage 59 team, McLaren team, just can't get anything going whatsoever.
Lockie's dropped right off the pace now.
Yeah, he's then the
26s.
26s.
I'm
He's really
not sure if
struggled
that's
this
a
session.
mistake or. The car should start to come back to him now, because I think as the sun comes up, that work starts to handle a bit better.
You would hope. Well, I would hope.
Yeah.
I don't want him too far back.
Well,
But,
the compression formula should be only about 30 seconds back at the moment, so
Yeah.
it's an achievable. You should be able to get a decent result out of that.
Yeah, so I think Lockie's first of the cars that have pitted. So it'll be interesting to see where everything, how everything turns out at the end. So I actually reckon Fish Racing will be closing up on Lockie. It's like 2 seconds difference.
Yes. Yeah, he is. He's getting there. And obviously, Fish Racing's pitted too, so he actually might still be in for a decent result here after everyone comes into the pits, because he's been putting in fast lap times by himself.
We've actually got the man who's suffered a fair bit of heartbreak this race, and Colonel Lloyd has joined the race. Colonel, bit of a disconnection there.
Yeah, don't know what happened there. Just coming out of the pit lane and automatic disqualification for some reason.
Oh, you got disqualified.
Oh.
What for?
Yes.
Did it say what for?
Nope, just said automatic disqualification.
Oh no.
That's heartbreaking.
So, no penalties the whole race or anything. And then that happens.
He's unbelievable. That McLaren.
After going so strong at the start.
Yeah. Oh, you're driving a ripper race. I think you were in third place when you made your pit stop.
Yep.
Which
I tagged the inside of the wall on the entry there as well and got stuck for a bit.
Yeah. I actually want to talk about that contact you had with Fish Racing. What happened there from your point of view?
He just hit the curb and lost the rear end. By the time I'd realised he was going round, it was too late.
Did you get any damage from
Did
that?
you get much damage from that?
I had 11 aero on the front. But I kept running it. It was about a second a lap slower.
Oh, I would have pitted in your shoes. Or in that 1
You were
second
running
a
pretty
lap
strong
slower.
still though, considering.
Yeah, well, the guys behind me didn't seem to be catching me too quick. I think they were having a little battle on their own.
Well, the
And,
Mercs have really struggled in the corners at this track, or in this session so far.
Oh yeah.
Well, I think actually Triple, he's starting to struggle now. He's dropped off Triple a little bit. He was a second slower that last lap. And he's made a couple of mistakes in this lap, so
Yeah,
these Mercs aren't looking that hot at the moment.
no, it's very bizarre considering how the first session went.
Except for Fish. Fish still looks strong. So
Yeah, it's just unfortunate for that spin.
He's doing 223s at the moment.
yep.
Yeah, fastest driver on track the previous lap was Fish.
Yeah.
Lockie's really
He looks like he might have a
struggled.
run on Lockie. Ooh.
Lockie's struggling with the car a little bit. He's
Oh, here we
admitted
go.
that there's
That's a
something
big
wrong
run
with it
on
and he
Lockie.
doesn't know what it is.
So it could be a
He's
bit
gonna
of a
get him on the
setup
brakes.
issue.
That's fairly standard pass for Fish there. I think Lockie's not really fighting it.
Yeah, so
Nah, he's not.
He's just limping home.
He just wants to do the laps and
that's all he needs
make
to
sure he's not too far behind Passato.
do. I don't care how far behind he is as long as he finishes without being like multiple laps down.
Hopefully, Squid won't be too far down.
Yeah,
Should make a couple of laps back on people tomorrow.
Oh, Triple Road is in the pits.
yep, so he's blinked first. He'll
Yeah.
be looking to undercut. 20 litres left in the tank, so he could have gone longer. But with the sun now rising on the track, it's a good time to pit, fill up on fuel, and readjust those tyre pressures for some warmer weather.
Did he change tyres? I haven't seen yet. No, he's still putting fuel in.
Yeah, it's,
RSJ's got him on the pits. Has RSJ pitted yet?
No, I
nah,
don't think
he hasn't.
he has.
RSJ has not pitted yet. So
He made a couple of mistakes
Oh, no,
early
yes,
on.
as RSJ didn't pit, he followed you in, Lloyd.
Did he?
did he really?
Yeah,
I
that's right. I
must have
thought
missed
he
that.
pitted. Yeah,
You sure?
I think so.
If he
Yeah,
had
because I
followed me, he would have hit me. Because I got stuck on the pit entry.
thought I saw. It might have been someone else, but I thought I saw him follow you in.
I don't remember. I reckon
Someone.
RSJ's last of the cars that have not pitted.
Ah. No, not you. It would have been. He followed Fish Racing in. Sorry. That's right.
Oh,
It was
few laps earlier.
Fish and
Oh
RSJ.
yeah, it
They
was.
went in together.
That is true. So RSJ's
That's
actually
right.
first of the cars that hasn't pitted. In fact, if it stays as is, RSJ's actually going to be third place. I can't believe I forgot about that. Because yeah,
This is
RSJ and
Brilliant
Fish came
strategy call from
together.
RSJ, because
Yeah, because they
But
came
RSJ
together at Blanchmont, RSJ and Fish Racing, and that's why I reckon RSJ got like 1 or 2 aero damage on the front, and that's why he came in. I can't believe I forgot about that. That is
Yeah, I
race
knew
changing
something was-
information.
Something happened here with
That's
Speed
bloody
Racer
things will
because
happen.
Woody's right on him now.
Yeah,
Ooh, who's going to pit first?
let's go to Speed Racer, because Speed Racer and Woody are locked in battle. Woody Lizard's cars come alive in the last few laps. Like,
I think Speed's made a mistake somewhere, because Woody was 2 seconds, a second slower the last lap.
oh, they're both in the
Oh,
pits.
they're both coming to the pits. I
Oh.
thought he was going to go into the back of him there. I think Speed Racer might have tagged the wall there too.
That's like two people trying to get into the one driveway at the fastest, or as quick as possible, but both come in at the same time and completely blindsides the person behind.
I'll expect Darky and Shads to pit this next lap too, and that might actually give Shads the advantage.
Now I'll be interested to see who has the longer pit stop. Can Woody short fill his car and jump ahead of Speed?
No,
Speed race is off.
speed's out.
Woody's not going.
No,
So something's happened.
he's now. Oh, speed's out.
Speed's out.
Speed had a quick stop because he didn't change tyres. He only put fuel in.
Yeah, I don't know if Woody changed tyres though.
He's put less fuel in too, Woody, I think.
He might
Actually,
have
that's
had a
going
bit
to be
of
close
damage.
on fuel.
Oh, it
He's not
should
careful.
be enough.
Oh no, it should be alright, but it'll be.
Woody comes out side by side with
Ooh.
Triple Rotor Racing, and Triple Rotor Racing moves into 5th place now. And I reckon Fish, I reckon that's Fish in the background.
That is Fish in the background. He's been putting in decent laps, and he's made up for all that damage he had to take in the pit stop.
Yeah. 6th place is not
That's a
out
solid
of the question.
drive.
That's a great comeback.
No, and that was a solid.
seemed to be
great
struggling
pit
a
stop
bit.
for Speed Racer, because he's pulled 16 seconds on Triple in the pit stop.
That is a
Now.
huge gap now.
Yeah. So now when will Speed Racer... No, he's pitted. When will Darky and
No,
Shads
it's
pit?
Shads and
That's-
Darky, man.
Darky and Chad's the
14
only ones
litres.
left. Oh, Triple's come off the track.
Oh, Triple!
Oh, he's dumped it in the wall.
Triple was put in the wall at the corner with no name.
Oh,
He was running such
that's
a good
shame.
race
He was
too.
doing well. And there
That'll
comes
be-
your teammate.
That'll be aero damage, maybe even suspension damage. He was
Did
running...
he do that? He did that by himself, didn't he?
Yeah.
He was next,
Yeah,
just
that
ahead
was
of
on
Woody.
him.
That is tough.
I think he hit the wall too hard, so I don't know about suspension, but definitely aero damage.
How does his car look?
Doesn't take much to get aero damage. Don't think Lockie wanted to see another car for the rest of the race. He just wanted to concentrate on keeping it clean. And now he's going to start closing in on Triple.
Will Darky pit this lap? Darky's been
Getting close.
quite a bit better on Shads than fuel, because I'm not. That Audi seems a lot better on fuel than
Well, that Audi's actually pretty good on
the Hondas.
its fuel efficiency, despite it having 4 extra cylinders than the Acura. It seems
Yeah,
to be
well,
the most fuel
He
efficient car
started
in the
with
field.
about. I think he must have started with at least 10 litres less than Shads, and now he's ahead of Shads on fuel.
Yeah.
So my hope that Shads was going to be able to undercut Darky and put less fuel on boards out the window. Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh,
Darky's continuing on
Darky's not in. He can do about another 2, maybe 3 laps if they really push it.
now. Yeah, sun definitely up now. And blinding the drivers through the bus stop chicane. That'll make getting that car pointed straight for that for the pit straight. That makes that very difficult.
There's no real battles on the track, which is
Not really, but you sort of expect that in endurance racing. It's all about churning away the laps. But what a drive from this guy, RSJ. He got a bit lucky in that he got very little damage from Fisher's car. Was able to come into the pits, get that fixed straight away, and he's undercutted almost everyone.
the entire field.
Yeah. The only drivers he hasn't undercut is Darky and Shads. And in case you weren't there at the start, RSJ started in 5th place and dropped down at the start. He dropped behind Lloyd and Speed for a little bit. I think definitely behind Fish.
I think
Triple.
Fish is catching Woody at the moment. I think Woody's made a mistake last lap too.
Fish
Or was
is-
that the lap he pitted? That might have been the lap he pitted.
I think that was a pit stop lap.
No.
That's It's usually around the ballpark for coming out of the pits. It's about the first times you'll see when guys come out of the pits in practice. Oh, I love the sound of that V10 monster in that Audi.
It sounds good on the straights, doesn't it?
It does.
Now, surely Darky's going to pit this lap. He doesn't have to, but you'd think he would.
Well, you don't want to push it too hard. Although, if I was Shads, I'd definitely pit this lap to make sure he doesn't have any fuel.
Yep.
Oh, here comes Darky.
He's in.
Darky's in. That was a pretty
And what
good
Shad's going
entry
to do?
too. That was almost
Yeah,
as perfect
that was
as
very
you-
tidy.
It's almost as perfect as you can get. Here comes Shads. Will he stay out? He is.
No, he's staying
He's
out.
going to try overcut.
Doing one more lap at least.
That car might be feeling really good at the moment. He doesn't want to come out of the pits and ruin the tyre pressures.
Time. 23.5. So he's into the 23s now, so...
He's been in the 23s the last few laps. He did a 23.3 the lap
Looked a
before,
bit-
so...
Shads looked a bit sideways through turn 1. I reckon he lost a couple of tenths there.
I think Fisher Racing's catching Woody. Oh, well, he had a bad lap the last time around, but slowly starting to see that gap come down a little bit.
So Darky's now out of the pits. We'll be just to see how these two come out together. We have 17 minutes left of session 2. And we're about 7 o'clock local time.
Chads is going to have to stop this lap.
Be close if he'd be running really close if he did one more lap after this. He might be able to get away with one extra lap. But I know that Shads has had either him or his teammates have had a lot of fuel issues this year on a number of occasions. So if he was smart, he
Don't
would.
remind me.
You know, he ran out of fuel
I
twice. He's
think
run
he'll
out
be
of fuel
coming in this
twice
lap.
in Indy cars, so 3 times I think even. So he loves to run it. He loves to run it fine, does Shads. But in a race like this, you don't want to run it fine.
There's Darky going.
Maybe bring up the track map. That'd be good to see where,
That's a good idea, yeah.
just to see where everyone is. So here's Shads coming up towards.
They've lapped everyone, have they?
But
No, they
No,
can't.
no,
I
they
don't know
haven't-
why
they've
they're
only-
showing up blue.
only they're shot blue because they're half a lap down.
Yep.
But the only driver that's been lapped this session has been Night Pegasus, which I've surprisingly
Yeah.
have not seen thus far.
Well, that's,
Oh,
Oh.
Shads is in.
you scared me then, Shads.
That's a very interesting
Thought he was gonna go
approach
for
to the
another
pit
lap.
lane.
It was. I'm not a fan of that. He also just tagged the wall a little bit, I think.
3.5 litres left in the tank, so he definitely could not have done another lap. Into the pits goes Shads. He's not going to hold on to first place though, as here comes Darky past him now. Darky into the lead.
That's what I do. That's a good effort from Darky there. He's got 31 litres of fuel on board. Shads has 33. Yep.
Now get rid of the track map. As we
Sorry.
have less than 15 minutes left in this session. Shads has come out. I reckon Shads has got more time than.
He has. He's dropped a couple of seconds, I think, in the pit stop, but I don't think he'll be too concerned about that.
It's all about finishing this session. Just keep the car clean for the final 14 minutes.
I think Shads and me are in a pretty good position to win this race. Because obviously Darky, Hyperjuice is taking over for Darky tomorrow. And he's not as quick as Darky, so...
Nah,
That'll be,
Hyperjuice has really struggled in the first couple of races. He might be able to turn around tomorrow, but he's a very outside chance.
Maybe.
If I was a betting man, I would
See.
not bet on Hyperjuice to win the race, unfortunately. But But if this car's handling as sick as it has been this session tomorrow, then Shaz is going to find it very tough indeed.
Yeah, Shad's pit lap was about 2 seconds slower than Darky's. I think Darky would have 49 flat. Shad's has done a 50.8.
Yeah. And all of a sudden the gaps are
But
looking
looks like
similar.
Speed's
Sorry, you go, Lloydie.
making some time up on RSJ.
Yes.
Yeah. Speed has been flying this session.
I think,
It's taken him 2 weeks to finally unlock the secrets in that Acura. He's starting to charge through the pack. Actually, I'm basically kind of critical at Speeders. I'm looking at the results for Laguna Seca, and he finished 4th, so he actually did a good job there. Just didn't quite have the same pace as Shads and myself. But ever since Bathurst, Bathurst, I reckon Speed Race is very harsh on himself. He's been really struggling with his driving. He's still getting good results though. He was 3rd at Bathurst, 4th at Laguna Seca, and he's in 4th place now. So he struggles a bit. He says he does a good job.
Yeah, but we're always normally pretty critical of ourselves when we're not winning, so I understand his pain.
Yeah. I tell you what, I admire the drive from Woody Lizard. He's
This is his standout driver of the season so far. He's done very good.
well, especially
He'll be
compared
happy with
to-
that too.
compared to what happened to him in the previous 2 races, where he just
Yeah, well, he dropped it at Laguna Seca, didn't he?
yeah, and
He dropped it.
wheel issues
Squid
at
was
Bathurst cost
behind him.
Yeah, it was a 7th place and a 9th place so far this season for Woody Lizard and Dado Racer. So for them to be in 5th place now, with still a session to go, mind you, but they'll be pretty pleased with their performances thus far.
Just looking at Triple's last lap, he did a 2:22. He's coming over the line now. See what he gets here.
So Triple crossing the line. He's
Another
on
22.
24. He was the fastest driver on that previous lap, so he's actually
I'm
catching.
not sure how much
So, can't have
damage
had
he
too
would have
much
got from
damage.
that runoff earlier.
Might have fixed a bit of the over. Put a bit more understeer in the car then. Maybe it's helped him.
So all of a sudden, the Mercs of Fish and Triple have now been turned on now that the sun's out and there's some heat now going back into the track.
Darky's still quick with a 22.4 that last lap.
Tell you what, I'm interested to see what
He's flying still.
Tell you what, if everything stays as is, the final session, the gaps are going to be starting a lot closer than what they did for this session.
Yeah. Darky's just on rails at the moment. I can't confirm this, but I have not seen his time drop below a 23. I've not seen him in the 24s once. Every
saw
time
him
I've looked,
Fish
24s
made a
early in
mistake.
the race.
Triple's just passed him.
but not often.
Yeah.
Triple?
Oh no.
Oh,
Fish
he
has
did
made
too.
something's happened to Fish.
Well, but not too much because he's still right on the back of him.
Well, it was
Well,
the other way
We've
round.
got 10 minutes of
It's Fish ahead of Triple, and now it's Triple ahead of Fish. So something drastic has happened to Fish. Might have spun it. Might have spun it at Lacombe or something. I know it's a pretty easy
And
thing
Triple's
to
going
do.
to get a slowdown.
Yeah, maybe. We'll have to see how it all transpires over the next straight or so.
He's on RFJ now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Speed has caught up to RSJ, so we've got a battle for 3rd place now. With 9 minutes left to go in this session. And I tell you what,
18 laps of fuel for RSJ.
He went for a move then, I think, Fish.
yeah, he did.
Oh, Triple's got a
This is
penalty.
very hot. Oh, Triple does too. So he didn't slow down enough when he ran wide. So Triple now defending from Fish Racing. It's the battle of the Mercs. Oh, Triple lost the back end there.
It's tight.
It's very tight.
I think that was a bit of Triple trying to cover the inside, and I think that.
Oh, that's a corner cut for Fish. I didn't see what happened to Triple, but Fish won't be able to dive down the inside unless he gets himself a 1 second penalty. Triple to the inside, Fish to the outside. Who is going to break latest as they enter Lacombe, one of the toughest quarters on the track.
Oh,
Fish has got the
solid
move
for
done.
Fish. He's done well for that. It's not easy going around the outside there, but he's pulled it off well. Now let's go to this battle.
Aristade's is one wide.
Yeah. Yeah, Speedy's putting the pressure on RSJ now. RSJ's driven a brilliant race, but it could only net him 4th place. But with 7.5 minutes to go, can he hang on?
It's interesting. We've had a lot of talk about over this week about how much quicker the Mercs are than everyone else, but I think the closest Mercs in 6th, I think. Is that right?
Yeah, quick in a straight line, but just couldn't quite handle the corners, those Mercs in this session. The nighttime
Obviously, your
conditions
Merc's
were not...
pretty quick now, Sato, isn't it?
Well, not at the moment. Sitting in 8th place at the moment.
Ooh.
Speed is looking.
He's backed out of that.
RSJ's giving that's some contact there. RSJ left him room and put Speed in 2 minds there.
I think they're a bit messy through that corner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Speed will
Take
be
the inside
looking.
here.
Speed will be looking down the inside here at turn 1 at La Source, and RSJ just gives that place up.
I think Speed's had a bit of a snap or something. He looked very on the inside coming out of that corner.
Yeah.
Looked a bit funny, I don't know why.
I think that's this. I reckon it's this story done and dusted for 3rd.
Still an excellent drive from RSJ there.
Oh, he's
He's
done a
done very
fantastic job. After an early pit stop, just churned away the laps and was able to undercut everyone that was ahead. Almost everyone that was ahead of him.
Now, as we say that, Fish has gapped
Doing commentary at the
Triple
moment.
by 7 seconds. So Triple's made another mistake there. And he might actually, like he's only 6 seconds away, so if he makes another couple, like he might come back in the last 5 minutes and get 7th place.
Oh, that number 124 Mercedes has struggled big time throughout this session.
I've got to say, like he's done better than he did at Bathurst, so
He's done a pretty good job considering how much of a handful we've been told that
Well, exactly.
Mercedes has been. So to hang on to it, he's done all right.
he hasn't hit the wall, he hasn't damaged it, so he's done better than a lot of people.
Yeah. He'll hand over the car. Probably close to, it'll be around 35-40 seconds behind, I would say. As we'd be approaching the end of the lap. Trying to work out what lap we're on. I think lap 38 by the looks of it. 5 minutes to go.
It's also good to see Knight Pegasus still running around. He's been off the pace, but he's working to try and get faster, so it's good to see he's committed.
He's been a very respectful driver too over the past, always letting the leaders through without any hassle.
He looks like he has touched a wall or two though, so.
Yeah, he's made a few mistakes here and there. He's only recently joined the group, as I said at the start of the telecast. He's getting dangerously close to that wall of death, so I'd hate to see him hit the wall of death and really ruin his car.
He looks like he's struggling a bit very early. I think he never quite got to grips with how much grip this car's got. But it's good to see him still putting in good lap, solid lap times.
It's always nice to see these guys just turn up and just come in for a bit of fun. Shads has actually been quicker than Darky over the past few
He
laps.
has.
He's closed up to 12 seconds behind. Probably a bit too little too late.
Well, that's all right. You've
Oh,
got a whole
Lockie's in
other
the
session to
pits.
go and- Oh
So
no,
something's happened to Lockie.
that looks like he's tapped.
He's hit
Looks
the wall.
like it's
Yeah.
driving left to right, doesn't it?
Yeah. Bit of
Yeah.
steering damage there.
Oh,
So
no.
that's going to cost him a lap. Which is a real shame. Yep, I can hear
That's
Darky
a
go
bugger.
past now. I think that was Darky anyway. Yeah, it was.
But you should. Darky's done a 23.7 that lap, so he hasn't had a brilliant lap considering the pace he's been at. So
He's starting to struggle now. The temperatures.
what
are
Shad's done? Oh, Shad's is in the 21s. That's a very quick lap. 21.4. Yeah, Acura's starting to come alive in the warmer temperatures, so
Yeah, so maybe a good omen for the next session.
hopefully we'll see. We'll see. It's still a long way to go, but
Yeah, it's 2 minutes left in this session, though. Still a few question marks up for grabs. As
We got,
oh geez, Speed Racer almost threw away third place there. Got massively sideways. Excellent Blanchemont.
yeah,
That
I
could
actually spun there in that first race. I
Yeah.
managed to
that could have.
do 360 degrees and keep going straight.
Yeah, that could have been all that hard work that Speed Racer's done this session out of the pretty much done and thrown away, but he's managed to hang on to it. Still in third place. Done a ripper drive, started in 9th place at Speed Racer. He's moved up into third, past all of his rivals. Woody Lizard's done a brilliant job too. Dado Racer really struggled in that first session. I reckon he got collected once or twice. But Woody Lizard's been very consistent throughout the entire stint. Not the fastest, but he's kept it pretty consistent. And the 5th place is a just reward for him after his struggles. Of course, still 1 second to go, so anything can happen in the final session. They'll be held. We'll be on tomorrow night at 7:30. Unfortunately, I don't know who's going to be broadcasting it, so I can't quite direct you where to go.
I've got to say, so who do you think the driver of this session is? Because I think
Best driver this session's been Speed Racing, no questions in my mind.
so say that. I think we should also put Darky in there too, because he's consistently been faster than Chad's, and that's no easy task.
It's always difficult, but they've been quick all week. You always knew that the Audi would
Look at
be
those last 2 times.
yeah. So where is Darky
Yeah.
on track at the moment?
Back straight.
So he's on camera straight. So
No,
this is the
front straight.
last. This will be the last lap of the race. The time's has just expired now. It's been a commanding drive from Dark Racing ever since he overtook Shads at the dead of the night. He's been able to power through. He's built up at one stage a 14-second gap. It's down to 11 seconds now, but he's just controlling the pace. He'll hand the car over to the Hyperjuice, who can hopefully hold off the fast finishing Shads. Heading towards Prawn now. You don't want to get a slow down, so you don't want to spin out on this last lap. Just keep it nice and tidy. Dark Racing, one of our most experienced drivers in our group, has been driving with us since its inception. Has driven every sort of car imaginable. Has tuned this
He did
Audi
tell
to
me that
perfection.
Sorry. He did tell me that he wasn't a fan of the Indy cars. He doesn't like open wheels, but he was really looking forward to these tin tops coming up. So we can see that now that he does really like the tin tops.
And he'll be looking good when we go to Le Mans next week in the Audi LMP1. Might have to start calling him an Audi works driver.
There we go. He knows he's done a good job. He's
Yeah.
flashing his lights. Good
Yep,
on him.
he's already
Lights are
celebrating
gone.
with 2 corners to go. Very ambitious.
Don't drop it now, son.
But negotiates the final corner. Well,
He's
and
done
he crosses
well.
the line, and he wins session 2. It's pole position for the start of session 3. What a drive from Dark Racing. But Shads.
And Shads has got a
Shads
penalty on the
misses
last
the
lap.
last corner.
Oh, I don't think it's going to affect much. He actually slowed down a bunch too.
Yeah, he had a speeding
But
penalty,
he's-
I think. And he's copped one too.
Yeah, it was a corner cut on that very last corner there.
So Shads, he's done a pretty decent job considering how poorly that car's been handling that session. 2nd place, pretty good result. Lockie crossed the line a lap down in 8th, but now here's Speed Racer in 3rd place. Gear 3 game didn't put his car in the best of positions, but he worked with what he had, and to get himself in the 3rd place has been a stellar drive. One of the best drives he's ever had in our group, in my opinion. As he rounds the final 2 corners now, he's coasting Night Pegasus. Night Pegasus finishes in 9th place, but here comes Speed. He'll be pleased with that. Weaving across the line to celebrate, because he is really stoked with that. 3rd place for Speed Racer. Fish
Just
Racing
wanted to see how
6th
close
place.
this gap was.
It's not quite.
OSJ now crosses the line.
Yep, Arshay crossing the line 4th place. He's done a pretty good job too. He's kept it clean. Both he and Woody have kept it clean the whole race. And by keeping it clean and consistent, they've got themselves very good starting positions for session 3. Triple rotor racing. Had speed. Whoa.
Oh, what was that smoke?
I reckon Lockie hit the wall of death after the finish line. But
Oh.
thank you so much to those that have watched. Lockie finishing 8th, Night Pickers 9th. Unfortunately, Colonel Lloyd finished down in 10th, but we thank him for joining the commentary box nonetheless, for giving us some expert
No worries,
comments
guys.
along the way. So thank you Cosmic, for being the race director for this session.
No worries. Enjoyed it.
Otherwise these broadcasts would look very ugly with the interface up there. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I would like to tell you where session 3 would be broadcast, but I can't quite tell you that. So follow me on Twitter at @_Sato15, or follow me on Facebook at Sato15. I'll put a link on my social media pages where you can go to watch the final installment of the ANZCRL Intercontinental GT Challenge. I'm your host Sato15, and thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.